Happy Sunday. Happy first official yoga class of the reset. And it sounds like we're all extremely sore this week. I thought that was hilarious. Almost everyone wanted the same thing from today's class. We're going to be working into the hips, the glutes, and the lower back today. So class will be a little bit slower just because when we get into one of those poses, those asanas, we want to make sure that we get right into those sticky spots. So we'll be pausing a little bit more. So it's kind of going to be a combo of a flow and a stretch class, I guess you could say. But yeah, it's going to be good. I also am excited to stretch those parts of my body. So this is going to feel nice. I'm not sure if anyone is hopping on live, but I'll give it one more minute and then we'll just get started and people can always catch the replay. So I hope everyone had a great first week. I know for sure that even though I have been working out on and off during the Christmas holidays, that first Monday class, whew, fire. I was sore for quite a few days, so it was really good. I'm loving it. And I'm excited to try some of the newer things too. I haven't fully dived in yet, but let's begin on our mats. We're gonna start in a seated position first today. So you can come to cross legs, whatever's comfortable. We're just gonna take a gentle twist to start the class, and that's actually gonna help release some tension from the lower back. Anytime you're in a twist, you're actually working into that part of your body, so it's really nice. So we'll pause here, we'll inhale, bring the arms up. And then as you exhale, take your left hand to the outside of your right knee. Take your right hand just behind your back. Press your fingertips into the floor behind you just to encourage length through the spine. Come up first through the crown of the head and then begin to twist and shift your gaze over that right shoulder. Pause here for a few breaths. Inhale, come back through center, arms come up. Exhale, other side, right hand to outside of left knee, left fingertips press into the floor, lift up, and then twist. Pull the belly button in here. Take a few breaths. And come back through center. Now we'll make our way into tabletop. So on hands and knees. Wrists are somewhere under shoulders, knees under hips. Toes can be tucked or untucked, is just whatever's comfortable for you in this position. We'll inhale, allow the belly to fall. Tilt the pelvis, lift the head. Pause here for 2 breaths. Then press through the palms, pull the belly button in towards the spine as you arch your spine up towards the ceiling. Drop the gaze. Really press. Then inhale, we'll come back through cow. Exhale, cat. Once more, inhale. And exhale. Come back to neutral, tuck the toes, step the palms 1 palm length ahead, so just slightly ahead of where they were. Remembering your carrying angle if you took that sun salutation class, so you want your hands maybe a little wider than you think. Press through the palms, lift the hips up and back to downward dog. Then pause here, pedal out your down dog. Shift your upper body in and out of alignment. Ooh, stretch through the shoulders. Pull the belly button in and pause. Your head should hang heavy here. Thumb and index finger planted firmly into the ground, biceps spinning forward, heels reaching towards the earth. You're probably gonna have a slight micro bend in the knees unless you have really loose hamstrings. One more breath here. Then we'll lift the right leg. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, shift forward. Step that right foot wide to the outside of the right hand. You might need to slide the left foot back and then pause here. So this is lizard pose. You should feel a nice stretch through the left hip flexor here and coming into the right glute. You can always lower that left knee. Feel a little deeper here, and then just allow yourself to rock side to side. Get into those sticky spots, get into the hips. Maybe you even take that right hand, rotate that right foot out slightly first, and then press the knee away. Allow yourself to sink a little deeper here. Roll the shoulder open, look up towards the ceiling. Come back to center. You can even come down to forearms. And again, just really work into those hips. And then pause in stillness. We'll take 2 breaths here, wherever you are, on forearms or on palms. Then if you're on forearms, we'll come back up to palms. Tuck the left toes, lift the left knee back up off the ground. Begin to heel toe that right foot all the way over to the left side of the mat. Then gently being mindful of the right knee, you might need to pull that right foot more closer towards your groin first. Allow the right knee to come down towards right wrist. Setting up for pigeon pose. Make sure that right foot is flexed. Shin can be parallel to the front of the mat, but for a lot of us, you're gonna bring that right heel a little bit closer to the groin. Always being mindful of the knee. We don't want any pain. Tightness is okay, stretching is okay, pain is not okay. Again, inhale, lift. And then exhale, lower down, sleeping swan. Pause here. Now you should feel this on the outside of that right glute. Again, you can rock a little bit, get into that sticky spot. I might say that 100 times this class. And then pause in stillness. It's okay to be up on hands still, wherever you're feeling it, as long as you're feeling that release. We'll take 1 more breath here. Then plant the palms, if they're not planted already. Tuck the left toes again. Press up, lift the left knee. Press through the hands, pull that right knee in. Step it back to high plank. Shift forward. Lower through chaturanga all the way down to the mat. Untuck your toes. From here, your feet can come a little wide. Let them fall where it's natural. Take your palms, pull your elbows in towards one another over your back. Roll your shoulders back. Inhale, lift up, baby cobra. Or you can press a little higher, coming into more of a full cobra. We're stretching the lower back here. So being mindful, gentle with yourself if you're sore. If that doesn't feel good, you can walk the palms ahead slightly, then press through, coming into more of a seal pose. From this position, if you want more sensation, you'll bring the feet up towards the ceiling. 2 breaths here. Hips are reaching towards the earth. Again, we don't want any pain, just want stretching, pulling, feeling. 1 more inhale. And then we'll exhale, release. Bring the feet back together. Take the palms back underneath the shoulders. Keep the knees on the ground. Lift up, come back to tabletop. You might need to step in. Inhale, allow the belly to fall, lift the gaze. Exhale. Cat. Counteract that back bend. Inhale, once more. And exhale. Come back to neutral. Again, palms step slightly forward, tuck the toes, lift the hips up and back, down dog. 2 breaths here. Then we'll lift the left leg. Inhale up. Exhale, pull the knee forward, step the left foot wide to the outside of the left hand. Again, right foot might slide back, coming back into that lizard pose. You can lower the right knee, untuck the toe, and really get into it. Try to take the same variation you took on the other side. You might have one side that you notice is a lot more open than the other. That's totally normal. We always have one, I guess not always, but usually have one more flexible side than the other. That's okay. 2 more breaths here. And we'll inhale, come back to palms if you're not there already. Tuck the right toes, lift the right knee off the ground first, then heel toe that left foot over towards the right side of the mat. Maybe it comes down a little bit. I know this side, I need to be a little more mindful and lower the knee. Keep that left foot flexed. Inhale, lift up, and then exhale, fold. Feeling that stretch through the left glute. Two more breaths. And begin to come back to palms. Tuck the right toes, lift the right knee off the ground, press through the hands, pull that left knee in towards your chest, step back, high plank. Shift forward. Again, lower through chaturanga all the way down, untuck the toes, and inhale, allow yourself to lift right up to that back bend. Pause. You can take the same one as you did last time. You can come a little deeper. Just whatever feels good. Stretch that back. One more breath. Exhale, release. This time, tuck the toes, press through the palms, lift the hips up and back, come right to downward dog. Inhale, shift the gaze forward. Walk, step, or float the feet to meet the hands. Once you've landed or stepped, generous bend in the knees. Fingertips brush the floor. Inhale, lift up, Utkatasana, chair pose. Keep the belly button pulled in. We don't want major bends to the back here. You might need to slightly tuck your pelvis under, just depending on the natural curvature of your spine. Inhale here. Exhale, brings hands to heart center. Rotate over that right knee. Hook that left elbow on the outside of the right knee. Revolved chair. Again, belly button is pulled in here. Nice gentle stretch through the low back. Shift your weight into the right foot. Draw that left heel up towards your glute. Then step it back, revolved lunge. One breath here. Inhale, lift up, high lunge. Exhale, open up, warrior two. I'm just going to shift sides so that you can see. One breath here. Then straighten through that right leg and turn the right toes forward. So you're in a star position. From here, we'll hinge forward from the hips. Come into a wide leg forward fold. So don't lock the knees out, but have them nice and straight. Coming down as far as you can bring fingertips to floor. Your head might come to the floor. Wherever you are, just folding over. Remember to pull the belly button in to protect the low spine in a forward fold. Hands can come to ankles. Just let yourself hang here for a moment. Allow gravity to release the back. 2 breaths. Inhale, half lift. Plant your palms, lift up. Right hand will plant in front of the face. Left hand will reach up towards the ceiling. Try to keep your hips in alignment here, so you're just twisting through the thoracic spine. 1 breath here. Inhale and exhale. Come back down. Walk your feet in. First heel, toe once, maybe twice. And then lower your hips down, coming into a yogi squat. So play around with it, find your sweet spot wherever you are, and then try and lift your hands off the ground, bring them to heart center, and use your elbows just to encourage more opening through the hips here. Sometimes it's nice to place a block underneath you or a pillow or something just to rest your bum on. Pausing here. Try and think open through the chest, straight through the back. We don't want to be curled like this. 2 breaths here. Then we'll just open up our arms towards the left. Come back through center, through the other side. Come back through center. From here, take the hands, lead the way up towards the ceiling, press through the heels, lift all the way up. Inhale, big stretch here. Hands stay where they are. Turn and shift yourself to face back towards the front. So I'm just going to put my right foot forward again because that's where I would have been. Both feet are facing forward. Inhale, up. Exhale, roll forward. Keep the belly button pulled in. Try and get your fingertips to touch the floor. Once they get there, you can release the hands. Bring the hands to either side. Maybe you bend the knee. You want the head to connect to the knee. Wherever you are, hold here. Pyramid pose. Stretching into the underside of the legs. Again, belly button is pulled in to protect the low back in a forward fold. Inhale, lift the gaze, plant the palms, sweep that right foot back and up, 3-legged dog. Shift forward, take a 3-legged vinyasa flow, so coming through chaturanga, up through cobra or up dog, and then up and over the toes, downward dog. 1 breath here, and shift the gaze forward. Walk up or float the feet to meet the hands. Again, put all the weight into the heels, generous bend in the knees, fingertips brush the floor, lift up, chair pose. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, draw hands to heart center. Rotate over that left knee, right elbow hooks to the outside of the left knee. Belly button is pulled in, 1 breath here. Shift the weight into the left foot this time. Draw that right heel in towards your glute and step back, revolve lunge. Inhale, come up, high lunge. Exhale, open up, warrior 2. Pause, breathe. Straighten into that left leg, spin the left toes forward. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Again, we're coming back into that wide leg forward fold. Release here. Sometimes it feels nice to sway the hips from side to side. One more breath. Inhale, halfway lift. This time, left palm clamps, right hand opens up. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, bring the palm back down. Heel toe your feet in. We're coming back to that yogi squat. Lower your hips. Find your sweet spot. And then pause. Maybe it feels different than the first time you did it. Maybe your bum sinks a little lower. Your chest is a little prouder. 2 breaths here. Inhale, lead with the hands. Press up through the legs. Turn to face the front. Your left foot should be forward. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, curl, roll down. You readjust yourself as you come down and then pause. Two breaths here. Pull the belly button in. Inhale, halfway lift. Plant the palms. Left foot sweeps through. Comes up, 3-legged dog. I always find I have to shuffle my back foot back. Inhale, 3-legged flow. Come forward through chaturanga. Up. Come up and over the toes. Downward dog. 2 breaths here. Come high onto the toes and drop the knees down. Lift up. We're just going to finish class with a few more stretches that are specific to the glutes, the low back. So we'll start in a wide-legged forward fold. So coming onto your bum, legs come wide. Wherever they are, this might be enough for you. Yes, you are going to feel this in your inner thighs as well, which I think is a bonus, because I don't know about you, but after that class, my inner thighs were on fire for days. So we'll inhale, we want to think length through the spine. And then as you exhale, we want to hinge from the hips, just like you did in the standing variation, before you round the back. So if this is as far as you can get, before you find that you're rounding over, that's totally fine. Wherever you are, flat, 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 flat back until you can't go any further. We don't want to be like this. That's not what we're doing. So if you're here and you hinge forward, perfect. If you can come further down, perfect. Wherever you are, pause here. We'll just take 2 breaths. Again, making sure that your feet are rolling outwards. If they're rolling in, that's not good for your knees. Out, flex them if you need to. 1 more breath. Inhale, come up. This next one's going to get into some of those spots in the back that might need some release. So we're going to inhale, take the left hand up and over. Make sure that your seat is firmly grounded into the mat. Belly button is pulled in here. If this is as far as you're going today, perfect. If you're quite flexible through the side body and you want to take it further, you can actually reach that hand up and over to grab the toes. When you do so, you might find that you're closing off from the shoulder. Make sure you open up. Try and look up towards the ceiling, and you should feel a huge release all down coming from the low back, down the side body. 1 more breath. Then we'll come up, take it to the other side. 2 breaths. Inhale, come up. The last stretch we're going to do is specific to the glutes. Coming down onto your back. Take your right foot high into the air, flex it, cross the right ankle over the left knee, and then use your hand to press that knee open towards the side wall. From here, this might be enough for you, you might feel this. You can begin to draw that left knee in towards the chest. Some of us will even thread our hands through that hole that you've created, that figure 4, and interlace the fingers on the underside of the left leg. And then use your bicep strength to pull that left knee in even closer. I like to use my right elbow to press on my right thigh to encourage that knee to stay open towards the side. Now you should be feeling this all through that right side glute. Hold here for 2 breaths. Keep that right foot flexed. And this is a great stretch to do after any like glute heavy exercise. If you know that you're going to be sore the next day, this one's perfect to do. One more breath here, and then we'll release. Keep the legs as they are and just allow that right foot to fall over to the left side. So this is just, again, a nice gentle spinal twist. It's going to help release that low back. Your arms can come into cactus. You can complete the twist by shifting the gaze over the right shoulder. 2 breaths here. And then I always like to shift the gaze first and then use my core strength to pull the knees back to center. And we'll just switch to the other side. So left ankle will cross over right knee. Encourage that left knee to open up as much as it can towards the side, and then draw that right leg in towards the chest. Pause here. One more breath. And release the right foot back down towards the earth and allow the left foot to come all the way down. Rotate that lower body. Arms can come to cactus once more. Gaze can shift over the left shoulder. Just take one more breath here. And draw the gaze back first. Use your core to pull the knees back in. And you can take the legs wide. Hands can come to prayer. Bring thumbs up to third eye, space between the eyebrows. May the long-time sun shine upon you. True love surround you. And the pure light within you guide your way on. Namaste. Feeling free to stay in this Shavasana for as long as you need. I hope everyone's feeling looser after that and they're ready to dive back into whatever craziness we have coming for us tomorrow. So thank you all. Make sure you drop your comments down in the comment section. Once you've taken the class, let me know what you think. And next week, I think we'll do something a little faster and then we'll go from there. So awesome. Thank you. Have a nice day.